What's going on, everybody? Back with another knife review. You can tell that I've changed my format just a tiny bit, but bear with me. I hope this is a little bit more clear and precise. So if you guys like this, let me know, because I'm gonna keep doing this until I find something else better. So today we're gonna be talking about the Meyerco Kirby Lambert Shockwave. So you can tell it has a definitive Kirby Lambert design on there. Feel free to pause the video to take a look at the specs, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the size comparisons. So you can tell I don't have the normal size comparisons from me. I've been trying to do something a little new here. But first we'll start with the palm of my hand. You can tell the Shockwave is actually a pretty large knife. No way I'm concealing this in my hand. See that? Alright, so here's the new thing I was going to do. I want to give a more precise view of how large this knife is, but I can't be pulling out all these knives every single time I do this. I know there's a lot of popular knives out there that people want to know how large they're compared to, so I decided to do this. So first off, let's go ahead and move the knife down here and line it up to the edge here, because that's where I measured each of these items. And you notice that the US dollar, is actually larger than the US dollar and larger than two credit cards, put together. So let's see, if I move the paper down, let's see, where does this thing fall? It's slightly larger than the Chris Reeve large Sabenza Tanto, and it's larger than the SMG, but it's slightly shorter than the Emerson CQC15. So that's about where it falls right there. A little bit larger than the Sabenza and smaller than the 15. If anybody's wondering, let's see, move it up here, and oh, here it is. You can see how much longer it is than the full-size Benchmade Griptilian. So it's just, maybe about a quarter of a inch on the tip there. All right. So there you guys go. I'll give you guys a quick second to look at that. You guys pause the video always. But I'm going to go ahead and move on. So first off, let's get some close-ups of this bad boy here. This is a very, very nice folder. I'm going to zoom in really quick here. Oops, wrong way. All right. So as you can tell, this thing features carbon fiber and G10 scales on here, and it's actually a very nice knife, really. I mean, look how beefy this folder is. I mean, it's actually really large. And, for something that costs under $50, I wasn't really expecting this when I got it in the hand. I mean, sure, it has Chinese-made steel, but you know what? I don't really care. This thing's really, really awesome. You've got Kirby Lambert's logo on there. A huge kind of cylinder that kind of tapers into a cone-shaped thumb studs. Very, very easy to get to. You can see the thumb studs just kind of protrude out a lot, so easily get into that. And nice thick liner lock there. Has a nice cutout on both sides, so your thumb can easily get in there and disengage the lock. And you can tell I closed that with my left hand, right-handed. No problems there, see? And it's not really smooth per se. I'm sure I could adjust it, but I mean, from factory, it is kind of a little bit stiff, but again, no complaints there, being that it is, again, an under $50 knife. But some close-ups of the jimping under here. Look at that. Kind of hard cut, not too bad, not too shabby. You can tell this bottom one isn't really, is kind of cut, kind of crooked here. And again, thumb studs are nicely stepped. Look how thick the blade is. I mean, look, this is where they took a nice little swedge out of here, on the top of the blade spine there. But the actual thickness of the blade is actually pretty impressive. So, as well as the whole knife is built really, really nicely. It's got pillar constructions open. Liners are not milled out. So, this is a rather heavy knife. Very nice looking, but it's again, very, very heavy duty to me, for being such a cheap knife, or budget-friendly knife, I should say. I wouldn't say it's a cheap knife. Got all there's the shot of the G10 and the carbon fiber. Here's the back. It doesn't have a lanyard hole, but you can easily, of course, thread a paracord through this, spacer here, the spacer here, It does have a pocket clip, which I did remove. It's only in one position, which is down here for the tip-up right-handed carry only. There's no, hole in the other sides for reversible pocket clips. Although, look, they got plenty of space. They could have easily have just tapped it on the other sides. You can tell the screw position is rather wide, so easily they could have made this same configuration on this side and on the top here as well. But they decided not to do it. I don't know what. Probably saving on manufacturing. I have no clue. But ergonomics on here. Let me zoom out just a tiny bit. You can tell it's got multiple swells here. So when it fits in, when it goes in your hand, it just feels like it's a part of your hand, really. I mean, it looks like the overall design, someone just took a piece of putty and then someone gripped it. It's like, okay, well here, why don't you make a mold of this? And then that became the handle. So very nice, And again, like I said in the beginning, you can tell this is a Kirby Lambert design. I mean, it has all the features and shapes of a Lambert knife, a custom knife that is, but at a very, very minute fraction of the cost. Actually, again, I got this knife for $48. And custom Kirby Lambert, they're up in the 500s, for like a low end part of the price, So this is I think this is an excellent deal, Now this is again China made steel, and actually if I can get a close up of that, so it says yep, in China, there it is. So I'm sure that the steel will not last as long as, say, S30V or even 154CM or hell, even 440C. I bet you this would outlast this thing. But I haven't actually quite put it to use yet. It is rather sharp. And it's not bad. It's not the sharpest knife I've owned, but it is not bad. Considering it is a budget-friendly knife. But I think it's a great knife for the buy. Seriously, folks, if you guys can find one, go buy it. I believe it also comes in a partially serrated edge as well. So. All right, well, I just thought I'd give you guys a review and look at the Kirby Lambert Shockwave, or I mean the Meyerco version of the Lambert Shockwave. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thank you all for watching, and take care. I'll catch you guys on the next one.